Hello everyone, the computer case finally came. Long story behind this one, but I ordered it last Saturday. Today is Friday, so 6 days ago. With Amazon Prime shipping, they guarantee it within 2 days, so it should have been here Tuesday. Checked tracking on Tuesday, it arrived at the local UPS facility, but that was it. It wasn't on the truck, nothing. Checked tracking on Wednesday, not on the truck, nothing. They keep pushing the delivery date back one day. Thursday, Wednesday night, still not on the truck, still arrived at the facility, and that's when I contacted UPS. UPS sent me a letter back saying the package is lost. So Thursday, I get on Amazon, I'm about to order another one and just return it if the other one shows up and file a claim. And it dawned on me, if you're persistent enough, people listen. And I dug around, found a phone number on Amazon. Don't ask me where to find the phone number for Amazon, because I couldn't tell you. I just dug enough and I found it. Called them up. They overnighted a case. Well, today the other one showed up on tracking on UPS again. It's in Indiana and I live in Texas. So it came to Texas and then went back to Indiana, and now it's on its way back to Texas. I couldn't wait. I have to have this thing put together by the end of Saturday. It's Friday evening right now. So, we have the case. I haven't opened the box yet. We're going to do an unboxing, so to speak. It is a Phantom 410 mid-tower case by NZXT. It is white, like the box is kind of showing. Now, one problem with my camera is I have to be pretty far away for things to show up in frame with the lens I have on the camera. So here's what the case looks like on this side. Let's turn the box around because it says a lot of information about the case on this side. It shows photographs of various things. Has USB 2 and USB 3 ports on the top. It has screwless hard drive carriers. It has 3 5 1/4 optical drive bays. It has a removable hard drive cage. It has built-in cooling for water cooler, support for water cooler at the top. It has cable management. It has a CPU cutout. It has about everything I could want in a case. The only thing I'm afraid of is it's a lot of plastic, and it does have some weird shaping to it. So let me get a knife and get this box open so we can see what is inside this box. And then maybe I can finally start putting this thing together. And of course I can't find the knife. Go figure. Maybe my fingernail will work. Yep. Believe it or not, my fingernail is cutting this. It looks like this case was opened already too, and someone sealed it with tape. That is not a good thing, I think. Okay? Yeah, someone sealed this with magic tape at their house or something. I'm going to put the box down on the floor and pull this thing out because there's no way I'm pulling it out up there. Nope. Doing things live on camera sometimes can be a bit fun. There it goes. This thing does not want to come out of this box. Let me pause the camera and come back when I actually have the box open. Out of the box. Okay, I got it out of the box. Yeah, that box was opened by someone, but they didn't take that out. I'm pretty sure of that. It is far too hard to get that in and out of the box. It was protected with styrofoam and plastic, so I'm pretty sure there has been no damage to this thing in shipment. And it has extra plastic stickies around the front and stuff where it can be scratched. Alright, so let's take a look at the back of the case. Power supply at the bottom. That's been standard for a little while now. It has water cutouts for water cooling, so I can run water lines out of the case if I wanted to. The expansion slots are meshed for improved airflow. It comes with one cooling fan. This is a cutout for the back of the motherboard. Okay. We turn the case sideways. It has a clear panel, a panel for cooling fans. It'll support 120 or 140, 120 millimeter fans. I bought some extra fans so I can put them on the case. In the front, has some cooling mesh on the front, and here's the drive bay drawer. The top is angled. There is mesh work at the top. Okay, you can see down in there. That will fit that cooling fan just fine. Stripping the plastic off the top. It is plastic and it can scratch, so we'll have to be careful with the case. Okay. Ooh. Static electricity. I'm not used to having static electricity. That's not good. Because here in Texas we shouldn't have too much in the way of static electricity. I'm not sure how to open that drive bay. Okay? But I know how to open the side of the case. It comes with thumb screws. I remember the days when cases did not have thumb screws. And of course that pops off like standard. Okay? And easily removable. We're going to set that aside. It has some nice looks inside it. Let's turn this so all of you can see the inside the case. Here are all the power cords for the fans, for the USB headers, for everything is right here. It does have a Molex connector. Okay. So we have all of our case fans and everything right there. We have pop latches for the optical drives. Slide the optical drive in, pop the latch back, pins go into the drive to hold it in place. That's actually kind of neat. Okay? Your hard drive bays, these are supposed to come out somehow. I'm not sure how to get them out, and I don't want to force anything. But it should slide in and out, or there's a catch on it somehow. I see the catch. Catch is on the other side. That's inconvenient. Well, when you're putting the thing together, it's not inconvenient to take the other side of the case off. Okay? It is metal case. It is not plastic. Being mid-tower, it's not too huge. Okay? Yeah. These come out on the other side. They have push pins to hold your drives in with. So you put your drive in, you push your pin in. Oh, I see how that works. Are they push pins? Yep, they're push pins to hold the drives in. They have rubber grommets on them to help dampen motion. I'm going to have to spend some time with that and figure out how that actually works. Hopefully there's some directions somewhere in here. I didn't see any in the box. Nope, none in the box. So this might be fun since I don't have any directions. Oh, I see how it works. It's got a groove. There it goes. Yeah, these little push pins have a groove on them to hold the drive in place. For your SSDs, these things have holes in the bottom for mounting your smaller drives. So you've got enough right here to handle whatever drives you want. Again, it has room for 3 optical drives up at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hard drives. I'm sure there's some directions in there, and again, one of these pins comes free. That's interesting. Well, it didn't come off that one. I don't know if I like that rubber grommet, and these things are plastic, and I don't know if I like that either. Mainly because being made out of plastic, they feel kind of flimsy. And again, I'm not so sure I like this push pin idea. I'm sure it holds the drives in there fine. I mean, it's not like you're going to be carrying this around and throwing it and stuff like that. Alright, let's see the back side of the case and let's see the top of the case so we can talk about what's going on there. Okay? Up on the top you have your typical 2 buttons for reset and power. You have a hard drive light and a power light on the front. Headphone jack, microphone jack, USB ports, and this is a fan controller switch for the case fans. so you can control the speed of the fans, quiet or loud, or cooling or no cooling, depends on what you're talking about, but usually cooling equals loud with these sorts of things. They do have grooves that go in. Am I putting it? Yeah, I'm putting it in right side up. This is just interesting. Doing all this again live on camera, you get to see the fun of it. We'll set that aside for right now. I don't want to break anything because I'm impatient while I'm on camera. All right, let's turn the case. It's a lot lighter without those side panels or anything in it. It has a pretty good clearance here for running all your cables out of sight behind this. You can run all your hard drive cables back here. It already has these cables run. There are zip ties on here. Hopefully there are some directions in this accessory screw box that'll allow me to know what's what, and there is. Okay, so in the box, what do we get? We get cable ties. So I can do some cable ties. That's what these standouts are for, cable ties. We have our screw bag, and it looks like every single screw is in a separate pouch, which is really nice to have these in separate pouches. Okay, they're labeled as to their size on the outside of the pouches. That's really nice. Okay, we have the standoffs for the motherboard. You're going to have your motherboard screws here. And again, everything's labeled as to what they are. It comes with extra thumb screws. Yeah, comes with lots of screws. We have 3 information booklets. One is the warranty. One is the manual. We have a paper manual instead of a software manual, but for something like this, it should be a paper manual, and it's just a simple fold out anyhow. Okay? Like this. It tells you how to take the top apart, put the power supply in, what all the switches and stuff are on it, how to add fans to your hard drive coolers, okay, to your hard drive bay, the exploded view of the case, how to take it apart, that sort of thing, where all the cooling fans are that come with the case. Let's see what the case comes with, and let me see how to take the top apart, because I'm going to take the top apart anyhow, and that is one thing that is 100% true. It says, let me get my cheater glasses because I'm getting kind of old and blind. Front, top, and side panels, I got the front. Okay, the front panel comes off first. And it really doesn't say how to pull that front panel off. No, it doesn't. It does label everything on the front. Oh, there's a lot more LEDs than I thought. The hard drive LED, power LED, oh, the reset and power switch. No, the LEDs are what I expected them to be. Okay? It shows that the case can handle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cooling fans. That is 7 cooling fans. 8 on the hard drive cage, if you add one on the hard drive cage. It has an optional mount for that with the removable hard drive cage. Okay, so let's turn this around. Now, this part of the hard drive cage right here can come out. You undo some of these screws, and this whole cage comes out. So you can have a video card that's really big. My video card should not present that sort of problem. Let me get that out of its box. Okay. Now I'm having some static in this room right now, which is not normal. So, yeah, things are going boom on the floor. That's okay. We got the video card out. Yep, see, that video card's going to fit in that case just fine without removing the hard drive cage. I don't want to remove that hard drive cage. I got enough hard drives to be nice to keep that in there. Okay? So that's nice to see. Let me put this video card someplace safe. Down the floor over there it's safe. The cats won't sit on it. Okay, let's get this front panel taken off. Let's see if it even says how to take it off. It talks about water cooling because I got to take the top panel off on it. It doesn't actually say here. It does give some steps on how to put things in and what order they go in, but it doesn't really say too well what that is. Okay? We have directions in multiple languages. Okay, it looks like the front panel comes off and you just pull the top panel off. No directions on this, so let's see if we can do this without breaking anything. Looks like you pull the bottom off. Yeah, the bottom comes off. That came off pretty easily without breaking anything. Okay. So I can see where there's a push switch. There's a push switch on the front panel to open this, to access your drives. Okay? It's a push click switch. That's nice to know. It comes with a cooling fan in the front. Looks like it's a decent cooling fan. I would add 2. The top panel supposedly pushes up and off from there, and it does real easily. We have another cooling fan that's here already. I have 2 extra cooling fans, so I won't have a problem. This is the bigger fan up at the top. It's a 140 millimeter fan at the top. So I'm going to take that off and put it on the side of the case, since it'll support a bigger fan. Okay? Everything's color coordinated with the black and white. That's really nice. I've got the thing taken apart up at the top because the water cooler has to go up on the top. Looking at the directions for the case, yep, water cooler goes up top. And the water cooler is right behind me. So this should be pretty simple to get out and just check. I'm going to have to remove that one case fan. If I can do it this way really fast. And see, it just sits right up on there. Oh, we're off camera. Just a tiny bit off camera. Don't you hate that? There we go. Now the water cooler is going to sit up here. Okay? And if we put a fan up on top of that just to make sure everything's going to clear, and then try putting that case lid back on, just as a test fitting. Okay? The top part of the case is here. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Somehow I get the feeling the fans have to go underneath it. Yep, the fans are going to have to go underneath it because that is not going to work. What does this thing say about that with the water cooler? Yep, the fans have to go up underneath and up through. So I'll have to put the fans this way. So I'm going to be pushing the, pulling the air down through the top. That I didn't really want to do, but it could be worse. Okay? So the water cooler will fit. You just have to have the fans on the inside. And there's room for that. Okay? Alrighty. We'll see more views of the case as I get putting things together. First thing I got to do is remove that one top fan. And start figuring out what fans go where. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. I need to do a better review of the video card because I've just talked about it briefly. I did do the review of the video card. Never mind. We did talk it through. So what I need to do is come back and start talking about how we put things together and what order. So that's coming next. I'm going to pause the camera for a little bit so I can clear my workspace and get prepared. I'm going to go ahead and remove that one fan off the top so that it's not going to be in the way. I'm thinking I need to put the CPU in the motherboard and mount the motherboard first. But before I mount the motherboard, I have to get all the motherboard screws set first. So I don't want to put the CPU in there until I have the motherboard set up ready. And then I'll put the CPU in, and then I'll put the CPU cooler and the fans in. And the CPU cooler has to go in the way I just had it a minute ago. Okay, last thing I'll probably put in are the hard drives. When I'm doing this, I have 3 data hard drives. They are physical memory. They are not the solid state drives. They're magnetic memory, magnetic disk. I don't connect power. I don't connect anything till the system's up, running, and stable. Once that's done, then I connect my data drives. Try to minimize any chance I might lose something on a data drive. Now, the bad part is the SSD I was using for Windows before has some files on it I need to recover. So I've got to take it downstairs, plug it into a computer, boot up that computer, pull the files off, unboot that computer, then I can install the drive in here. Okay? So I've got some work to do on this. I'm going to be at this for a few hours. Let me get everything prepared and we'll come back and talk about how to get your motherboard set in here and how to put a processor in a motherboard. Okay? So we'll be back. This is the last kind of review video. From here out, it's going to be assembling and putting together. I'll be back in a little while. All right, everyone. It would help if you would read the directions, okay? Up at the very first thing in the directions after the exploded part view is a list of what screw is for what, okay? Now, when putting a PC together, I'm used to only needing one tool, and that is your trusty Phillips head screwdriver. I've never dealt with the hex screws with a screwdriver, but this thing in the motherboard standoff screws comes with a screwdriver adapter for tightening up the hex screws in the case. I've never seen one of those before. I'm happy to see it. That's attention to detail. So far, I'm happy with the case. The drive drawers just feel weak. Okay? Now, one thing I noticed is in the bag of parts, there are screws for screwing the drives into these bays. Okay? So, if you don't want to use a hokey pin system, and I'm calling it a hokey, it may not be. I haven't tried it yet. But if you don't want to use the pin system, you can actually screw them in. And it comes with the screws for that. That is a good thing in my opinion. Okay, I'll come back as I get working on this with anything I read, but I'm reading through the directions for once. You know, sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. And again, it does have a cutout for the processor on the motherboard, which is good because the water cooler has a standoff that goes through the motherboard. Okay? Now, if I go in the order they tell me to go in, you put the optical drives in first, then you put on the motherboard, then you put in the hard drives. After that, you start putting in the power supply, the cooling, and yeah, it comes with all these connectors, and there's a list of what all the connectors are for and how they go together and how they plug into the motherboard. So we do have all of that as well listed out, what each pinout is for all the connectors, which is good. I built computers back in the old day where you had the little wires with the little square plugs on them and you had to line them up the right way on the motherboard, which just had pins on them. This is a big improvement because they have actual plugs. I don't see any of these little... Oh, yep. We do have them. When we get there, I'll show them to you, but they are there. We do have 4 of those sticking out on there. Yep, they're for the power switch, reset switch, the hard drive, the lights, the hard drive light, the power light. They're for all those. We do have those, so I get to show you the fun of those. Anyhow, let me get working on this. I just wanted to stop and show everyone what's going on there and explain that if you read the directions, sometimes you learn things. Back in a little bit.